district basketball going on here tonight. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling as the girls' game slated to start at 6:30. Now the playoffs are upon us, Joe. We know where these teams are at as far as the standings go. It's just a matter of seeding and who will be the second and third seed, so still a lot to play for.
Yeah, two teams playing in the playoffs. They both know that they're in the postseason, Kevin, but the one thing that all coaches talk about when they get to this level is, I'd like to play one more playoff quality team before I actually head into the playoffs. We even see coaches going as far as having a warm-up game if they have one available on their schedule. But in this case, these two teams have to close out district play. They both know they're in the playoffs, so a great tune-up for both the Rio Hondo Lady Cats and the Port Isabel Lady Tarpons.
Rio Hondo coming in with an 11-2 district record. Meanwhile, Port Isabel is coming in with a 9-4 district record. It's Parents' Night here for the Lady Bobcats. They won their first meeting against Port Isabel at PI. The Lady Bobcats looking to complete the series sweep tonight. Of course, the only blemishes Rio Hondo has on those two district losses are to the best team in the district, top 10 team in the Valley, the Hidalgo Lady Pirates. And you look at the schedule and you say, Rio Hondo has really hit their stride as the season has gone on. A pleasant surprise for them has been their freshman, Eliza Rodriguez. She has played extremely well. She won MVP at the CE Vail. They beat Valley View in the Vail final. They won that tournament, so we're talking about a team that is mixed in with some youth, mixed in with some veterans. They're playing really good basketball for first-year coach Vic Salcedo.
Yeah, once they knocked off Valley View, which, by the way, is a second-place team in districts, they'll be in the playoffs as well, and a bigger school. Once they knocked them off, they kind of got the confidence level soaring. Now, when they played PI the first time around, it was a close game into the third quarter. Port Isabel Lady Tarpons had a chance to put that one away at home. They feel like they lost the game that they should have won. Rio Hondo, though, by that time had figured out how to win the games they're supposed to and compete at a higher level. And the freshmen, as you're talking about, the sophomores that are on this squad, were going through the growing pains in the early part of the season, and now they seem to have hit their stride. And again, a good matchup here with a playoff-bound Port Isabel team. Playoffs just around the corner next Tuesday.
40-28 was the score in their last meeting. And then you look at the flip side for Port Isabel. Riley Galvan averaging 15 points per game. Sabrina Gonzalez also averaging 15 points per game. So if those two can get involved early, you got to like Port Isabel's chances. And again, Port Isabel is 9-4 in district play, 18-12 overall. The two losses to Hidalgo, Rio Hondo, and Zapata. So those four losses coming in, they're still right behind Rio Hondo in the standings. Them, Rio Hondo, Hidalgo, and I believe Zapata is the fourth team in this district as far as the playoffs go.
That's correct, sir. And when you're talking about a basketball team, coaches love the fact when they have that one go-to scorer. And in this case, Port Isabel has two legitimate scorers that on any given night they can say, let's go here and get the point production. So it's a luxury when you're a coach that you don't have to look down the sideline when one player's not hitting. In this case, you have two scorers, so they do have an opportunity here. We'll take a break, Kevin. When we come back, we'll have the opening tip-off.
Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Number one.
And welcome back to Rio Hondo, Texas. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling, Rudy Zamaripa to our left running the camera. So we got a full crew here tonight on a Monday night. That's the perk of District 32 4A with the advantage of having some Monday night games. Gives us the chance to come out here on a Monday night and, of course, your traditional Tuesday night games. So the Lady Bobcats here to our right huddled up, and to the left, the Lady Tarpons, the visiting squad, getting ready to take the court on Parents' Night. We had the whole pregame parent ceremony prior to the game. We are getting ready to announce the starters and the starters from both teams, along with the national anthem. So once again, welcome to Rio Hondo, Texas.
And we'll throw it to the PA announcer right now.
Starting, and here are your Port Isabel Lady Tarpons. We got sophomore, number 20, Selena Cat. Sophomore, number 22, Maggie Perkins. Junior, number 4, Brenda Fagan. Junior, number 12, Rick Uzalowski. Junior, number 21, Serena Brown. Junior, number 14, Vanessa Espinosa. Senior, number 30, Erica Alban. Starting for tonight's game are varsity guard, number 1, Lady Mata. Sophomore, number 5, Giselle Rojas. Junior, number 23, Samantha Chapa. Junior, number 32, Marina Martinez. Junior, number 15, Sabrina Gonzalez. Head coach of the Lady Tarpons is now Lonsley, assisted by Olivia Reyes. And now, your Lady Bobcats. We got junior, number 1, Mia Zulia. Sophomore, number 2, Alexis Ryman. Junior, number 24, senior, number 24, Jessica Vasquez. Senior, number 14, Estrella Garza. The starters for tonight's game are freshman, number 3, Elijah Rodriguez. Senior, number 5, Jasmine Ayala. Senior, number 10, Amanda Gomez. Junior, number 15, Natalie Martinez. Senior, number 23, Alicia Andrews. The head coach of the Lady Cats is Victor Salceda. He is assisted by Esther Pena.
And we're going to go to a break, so you're watching Rio Sports Live.
Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. Has what? Low monthly payments, a friendly buying process, and customer service like no other. It's simply a different way. It's a car buying experience you'll enjoy. With a huge Ford selection like Ford F-150s, Mustangs, Explorers, Escapes, the Ford Raptor, and a whole bunch more, buying a new Ford should be fun, and that's why we do it. Come see the difference at Hacienda Ford.
Hacienda has it.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Hi, we're Mackay Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Rio Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Welcome back to Rio Hondo, Texas. Again, Kevin Arrow on the call alongside Joe Bowling. To my left, Rudy Zamaripa running the camera. So we got a full crew on a Monday night here in Rio Hondo. And again, both the Lady Cats and the Lady Tarpons have already punched their ticket to the playoffs. It's just a matter of seeding and seeing who goes where and who finishes where. So with that being said, let's meet the starting five for the home team. Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats, freshman Eliza Rodriguez wearing the number 3, Jaslyn Ayala, number 5. Wearing the number 10 is Amanda Gomez, number 15, Natalie Martinez, and Aisha Andrews, number 23, the senior for the Lady Bobcats in white uniforms with black Bobcats written across the chest. And for the visiting Lady Tarpons, let's go ahead and meet their starters as tip-offs is just seconds away. Senior Laineni Mata, along with Giselle Borojas, Sabrina Gonzalez, Sam Chapa, and Karina Martinez. That's the starting five, and the Lady Cats will kick this one off, and we are underway from Rio Hondo. Andrews with the ball, going to kick this one out to Martinez. Back out to Rodriguez. Back out to Martinez. Swing pass out. Gomez with a 3. That one off the mark. Rebounded by the Lady Tarpons. Ball still in play, then kicked around.
A good hustle there for the loose ball. Out of the gate, you can see that Port Isabel sets up in a zone defense. The Rio Hondo Lady Cats recognized that. Went with a high 3-guard set, got the open shot in the corner. Then you saw the hustle for the loose ball there for both teams.
Sabrina Gonzalez with the ball, passes this one up to Mata. Mata inside, high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Andrews. Back come the Lady Cats. Going from right to left, Gomez with the ball. Pushes this one up. Back to the outside to Rodriguez. Back out to Andrews. Andrews over to Martinez. Martinez thought about the shot, then kicked it back out. Martinez again with the ball. Has the ability to shoot the 3, so does Gomez.
Foul called there. Once again, the zone defense right now. Rio Hondo was doing a great job there of moving the ball around. You attack zones by either throwing the ball over the top or with movement, or you go movement away from the ball to try to disrupt the flow of the zone. In this case, Rio Hondo, a couple different trips down. Nothing to show for it, but they are attacking this zone.
So Gomez at the free throw line. She misses the first attempt. No score, 7 minutes in the opening quarter. Second free throw is good. Lady Cats, first team to break the scoreless tie, so to speak. That ball almost poked away from Rodriguez. That's going to be a travel called against Giselle Borojas. Lady Cats with the ball and with the early lead, early stages of the opening period. Martinez, chest pass over to Rodriguez. Out to Andrews. Andrews looked for Gomez inside, but she wasn't there. And now Andrews is going to come away with a steal. Back out to Gomez. Gomez to Martinez, trying to find a lane, weaving through the defense, and she gets fouled on her way to the basket.
That time you attack the zone off the dribble, and you teach a player, if you cut through the lane and no one stops your penetration, you go all the way up for the layup. That's what you did there. By the time the defense recovered, 2 things. You either get up the bucket or you commit the foul.
Natalie Martinez, a junior who's having a good year for the Lady Cats, misses the first free throw.
Rio Hondo now 1 for 3 at the free throw line to start this game.
Second free throw is good from Martinez. 2-0 early lead for the Lady Bobcats. Lady Bobcats trying to finish the season strong, trying to complete the season sweep against Port Isabel. Lady Tarpons trying to get on the board here. Chapa, that jumper is good.
Wide open jumper after they broke the press. They found the open shooter and now commit a foul going for the loose ball.
Chapa, who just made that basket, showing off some aggressive play there on defense, but the ball will stay with Rio Hondo. Ayala to inbound.
Both teams now applying a full court press. Rio Hondo went more with a man version. PI right now is looking to trap in the back court.
Martinez out to Andrews. Andrews back out to Rodriguez with the right hand.
Quick hand check there, Kevin. When you start seeing fouls occur in the first couple of minutes of the game, you start looking immediately, well, what's the depth of this team like? Because if you do get players in foul trouble early, who's coming off the bench to replace those minutes?
Martinez directing the offense. Gets this one out to Andrews. Back out to Martinez. She's going to drive this one herself off the glass and good.
Jump ball results in a possession staying in the hands of the Port Isabel Tarpons. Watch the Rio Hondo press here. They're going to trap in the backcourt. They'll also trap across the mid-court stripe. Thus, you can take a team completely out of an offensive rhythm by trapping full court. They call it coming off the bus. They start to trap.
Ayala with the steal. Martinez with the ball. Scored the last 3 points for Rio Hondo. This one's inside. That jumper's good. Jasleen Ayala with a bucket, 6'2". Lady Cats with the lead. Now a loose ball. This one's going to be stolen away by Rodriguez. Loses the handle. Able to hang on to it. Makes it a pass across the court. Back into Andrews' hands. Fortunate for the Lady Cats. They're able to maintain possession. Martinez with the ball with a step to the outside over to Gomez. Gomez. Who's the whistle going to be on?
A foul on the guards out there. And again, you just 5-12 into the game, 3 team fouls, but these are guards trying to seal off penetration in the lane.
Ayala to inbound, 6'2", Rio Hondo lead. That pass inside to Gomez, back out to Ayala. Kicks this one out to Rodriguez. That jumper, count it, 8-2, Lady Cats. Off to a good start here at home on Parents' Night. Turnover there. Ayala with the ball outside to Gomez, 3. Does not get the friendly roll. In and out of the rim. Offensive board by the Lady Cats. Ayala, that one's taken away. And the Lady Tarpons come up with the steal. They're going to slow things down. Mata over to Chapa. Chapa, the only points of the night so far for the Lady Tarpons. Gonzalez with the ball. She's averaging 15 points per game. That's tied for a team high. Gonzalez with the ball again. Back out to Chapa. Chapa trying to find a lane, going to call her own number, high off the glass and no good. She's going to fight for her own rebound, taken away by Andrews, over to Ayala. She's going to try and push the bill here. Outrunning defenders over to Rodriguez. Going to lay this one up with the right hand beautifully, and it's a 10-2 Rio Hondo lead, and a timeout called by Coach Kyle DeMoss and the Lady Tarpons.
4 points now for Rodriguez. 4 of the 5 starters in the scorebook for Rio Hondo out of the gate. We're not even halfway through the first. Back after this.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas to some of the most remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
Welcome back to Rio Hondo. 4:10 left in the first quarter. Lady Bobcats off to a 10-2 lead. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling and Rudy Zamaripa. We pegged him as Rio Hondo's 3rd favorite son just the other day. I think he was okay with that. The Lady Tarpons looking to find some offense. Chapa with the ball. Out to Gonzalez. That's Sabrina Gonzalez with the ball. She's averaging 15 points, 2 assists a game. Kind of an all-around game. Now they fight for the ball. So both Riley Galvan, who's also averaging 15 points per game, along with Gonzalez, those 2 girls are really what make this PI offense roll.
6 turnovers now by the Lady Tarpons, though. Got to take care of the ball. You're down 10-2. So obviously you're down early. You're going to have to take care of the ball and get those scorers involved.
Rodriguez running the offense now out to Jessica Vasquez. So some substitutions in for the Lady Cats. Mia Zuniga checks into the game along with Vasquez. Also Alexis Reiner as well. She checks into the game for the Lady Cats. So some substitutions made here midway through the first quarter. Rodriguez and Martinez, the only 2 starters. Vasquez with a shot. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by the Lady Tarpons. Picked away by Martinez. Weaving her way through the defense out to Reiner. Reiner blocked by Whitney Zalowski. So Zalowski, one of the new Tarpons in the ballgame.
That time the Lady Tarpons released 3 players after they thought they had their hands on the ball, and it left just 2 defenders back when they got the ball back inside. Nice recovery by Zalowski to get the block shot.
Zalowski, the new Lady Tarpon in the game. Martinez guarding Mata closely. Kicks this one out to Zalowski. That one's picked off by Martinez, and it's a 3-on-1. Pass over the top to Rodriguez. Back to Martinez. Good communication there off the glass and no good. Rodriguez with the hustle rebound. Now Reiner and Zalowski fighting for the rebound. Still at 10-2, Rio Hondo lead.
You like the athleticism of Aliza Rodriguez on that pass that time. That would have been in the highlight reel for certain had they been able to finish off that play.
Mata to inbound the ball to Zalowski, who's averaging 7 points per game. She's listed as a junior, wearing the number 12. Out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Zalowski. She'll take a 3. Count it. Just the momentum the Lady Tarpons needed on the road. It's a 5-point game. Back come the Lady Bobcats. Is Rodriguez going to go coast to coast. That one's off the mark. You're going to see a lot of that. It is a rivalry game. We hadn't touched on that just yet, but PI and Rio Hondo, they don't like each other very much. You can talk about the Rio Hondo La Feria rivalry. PI Rio Hondo, it's turned up a notch.
They don't like each other at all. It's not very much. It's not
at all. Right.
And they don't want to lose. I don't care if it's a meaningless game as far as the standings or just a pickup game, a 2-on-2 somewhere. If the 2 teams are involved and bragging rights are involved, they want to win.
Absolutely. Mata with the ball. Outside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez taking on 3 defenders. And it's not just in football. That's where the probably the biggest rivalry is at. You can look at it across the board, especially in softball. These 2 teams definitely go at it. Chop out with the ball. Deep 3. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by the Lady Cats. Is Rodriguez. She's going to push the envelope here. You're going to take on 2 defenders. Slows it down. Nice crossover move. That ball is over to Vasquez. Vasquez with the left hand. Bounce pass to Reiner. Off the glass there. Almost had a little bit of a softball connection there. Both Jessica Vasquez and Alexis Reiner both play softball together. So now some substitutions. Gomez and Ayala check back into the game. Martinez and Rodriguez will take a breather for the first time this evening. 2:05 left in the opening period. 10-5. Lady Cats with the lead. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling. Coming to you live from Rio Hondo, Texas, Rio Hondo High School on a Monday night. That ball knocked away by Mia Zuniga. She stays in the game, so both teams mixing up their lineups just a little bit.
By the way, a week from tonight, Rio Hondo softball, regular season begins.
Against Lyford, we'll get into that. Zalowski puts up a rainbow 3 off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Vasquez, trying to get rid of it. Loses the handle on the ball. It's going to be a turnover. And almost a 3-point play. Mata got fouled on her way to the line. $1:44 left in the opening period. 10-5, Lady Cats with the lead.
Lainey Mata that time just kind of sticking around, and she was rewarded as the ball got in her hands. Now she can convert here at the free throw line and settle this team back in the game.
It's the first free throw. So the interesting point, too, is both teams are being led by first-year coaches. Of course, Kyle DeMoss, first-year coach for the Lady Tarpons, taking over for Hannah Burleson. And then Vic Salcedo, who's the offensive coordinator here in Rio Hondo. Mata makes both free throws, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point game. Reiner with the ball out to Ayala. Back out to Gomez. Pass inside to Zuniga. A reset the offense here. Ball almost taken away. Gomez fighting for it. Gets it back out to Ayala with a nice spin move. Nice move to the hole, but it's blocked by Zalowski. Both coaches are in their first year. Salcedo taking over for Lori Garcia, who was here for just a year, so this program has seen quite a bit of turnover on the third coach in the last 3 years. Nonetheless, the Lady Cats did make the playoffs last year, but were bounced in the first round against Beeville Jones.
The benefit there, at least on a little bit, is that there's some freshmen and sophomores out here who are dealing with their, in some cases, first varsity coach ever.
Right, and I think they've made the transition quite well, and that was the word here in Rio Hondo, is that the kids really bought into what Coach Salcedo was doing early on in the year, and you saw the strides they were making. And what I thought was an ultra-competitive CE Vale tournament that La Feria hosted this year. Zalowski off the screen, no good. Reiner fighting for the rebound. Her and Chapa were battling for that board underneath the basket. The ball belonged to Rio Hondo. Gomez to inbound it. And again, you saw the potential that Rio Hondo showed in that tournament at the CE Vale earlier this season. That pass is going to be thrown away. Reiner's pass, too much mustard on it as we reach the final minute of the opening period.
Port Isabel now on a 5-0 run, and a lot of that's defensively. They got a couple of block shots, and now they forced 3 turnovers during this run. Now could get it back to a one-possession game.
Zalowski with the right hand guarded by Gomez. Vasquez tried poking that one away from Mata. She breaks away and has an opportunity here. 36 seconds and counting. Zalowski back with the ball, guarded closely by Gomez. Works around the screen. That jumper is no good. Reiner with the rebound. That's going to be called a travel.
Going to give credit on the hustle by Brenda Pena, getting over there defensively. Was not going to let that ball go out of bounds. Forced the Rio Hondo player to get to it. Once she did, momentum carried her out of bounds.
Pena checks out of the game. Sabrina Gonzalez comes back in, and right away she puts up a 3, and that's good. 8-0 run for the visiting Lady Tarpons, and it's a tie ball game, 10-10. 16 seconds and counting. And another travel called against Ayala, and all momentum is back with Port Isabel.
Definitely is. That was a downtown 3, my friends, and as far in the corners you can get, and released it in a hurry, and nothing but the bottom of the net.
Out of your Port Isabel here, you're going to want to hold on for the last shot. Mata with the ball out to Zalowski. Again, guarded by Gomez with the left hand. Puts that layup in good, gets the friendly roll, and all of a sudden the Lady Tarpons have their first lead of the night, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end on a 10-0 run. Lady Tarpons lead on the road, 12-10. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Welcome back to Rio Hondo, Texas. Old momentum in favor of the away team. The Lady Tarpons finishing that first quarter on a 10-0 run. They lead 12-10. Kevin Aro on the call alongside Joe Bowling and Rudy Zamaripa to my left. The starters back in for the Lady Bobcats: Aisha Andrews, Natalie Martinez. This one's to Ayala. She'll put up a 3. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Rodriguez. Second chance points, no good. That shot blocked. Martinez gets her own rebound. Martinez down the baseline, tries some fancy footwork there. It doesn't go. Rebounded again by Rodriguez. Jumper, that one's well short. And Zalowski with the ball.
4 offensive rebounds that trip alone. Couldn't score.
Got to be alarming if you're a Rio Hondo fan. So Andrews checks back into the game. She was listed as a starter, along with Natalie Martinez, Jaslyn Ayala as well, and Eliza Rodriguez. Laney Mata passed that one out to Zalowski. The ball will stay with the Lady Tarpons. Zalowski out to Mata. Back over to Zalowski, guarded by Gomez. Almost has that one taken away. Martinez trying to knock that one away. Over to Zalowski. That jumper's high off the glass and no good. Rebounded by Ayala. Andrews with the ball. She's scoreless so far. Now you want to keep an eye on Andrews, as has the ability to put up a 3, and that's going to be a turnover. Not the ideal start to the second quarter if you're a Lady Bobcat fan. Mata with the ball. She's going to drive this one to the hole, well short of the basket. Gomez is going to push this one up over to Ayala. Out to Gomez, to Martinez. He's been quiet here in this first half. Andrews for 3. Count it.
Their first points of the game, and they couldn't have come at a better time as they open up the scoring.
Well, you don't want to allow Andrews to get going. Against La Feria, she hit 5 three-pointers. Really found her groove, and spoke with her after the game, and she just said, all I need to do is just hit that one, and I'll start feeling it. So she's a senior, so.
Shooter's mentality. Just let me keep shooting. If one goes, streak shooter mentality takes over.
Lainey Mata with the ball guarded very closely by Martinez. Here comes a double team from Gomez and Martinez, and Martinez wondering what the foul is on. It's going to be against Gomez.
In her defense, she's going to think that Mata was falling to the ground, and indeed she was, but you body up as they're falling, and you're going to get called for that foul 9 times out of 10. But more importantly, you saw that trap out near the mid-court stripe. That was working early in this ball game for the Rio Hondo Bobcats.
Brenda Peña checks out.